All right. Want to get vulnerable with you guys here because I think a lot of times people look at these videos and they think, oh, this person's got it all together. Everything's going really well. Nothing's wrong with this individual. Look, just if you look here closely, I am thinning out in my hair. You look here, I got a lazy eye, side profile. I'm not as in shape as I want to be. I'm exercising. I know my biggest obstacle is I love eating. So I need to reduce the quantity, get rid of the sugars, get rid of the soda, and then stop eating when I'm full. And so I want to be able to just share that with you when it comes to my overall career. Been in the industry for over 13 years and what I'm doing, absolutely love it. Trained, developed, led a team of 26, and I took a step back from the leadership role and I'm back to building my own client base. And so I'm back at zero. And so it's tough. Just like anyone that decides to go into business, you're acquiring one client at a time. The difference is that unlike my first year, I really know how to do it. I've coached other advisors how to do it. I've coached other people how to be successful. And so, and the way that I see it is a huge opportunity to just literally explode it from, not literally, to figuratively explode it by not only organic growth, referrals, and my face-to-face engagement, but to really, I see the opportunity to go in acquisition mode and see those other people that are looking to retire and take over their practices. So I wanted to just be vulnerable with you physically at the same time career-wise, so that way you can feel the same spot that, hey, if I don't mind doing some of this stuff, and it doesn't need to be the same extreme that I'm doing. Obviously, it's like 8:30 at night, so some of you might not be able to put that into your schedule. And so understand that I, like you, have aspirations to be better. I, like you, suffer from, I wouldn't call it insecurities because I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I don't really get embarrassed. I'm kind of shameless. I don't really care what other people think about what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. That's why I'm so comfortable in front of a camera. That's why I'm so comfortable in front of an audience, because I don't really care what someone thinks about me. Because if someone were to say, hey, Sherman, I think you're off your rocker. I don't think you're very nice. I think you're kind of a jerk. I already know about me. So whatever you say that you think about, your opinion about me, doesn't mean squat, doesn't mean anything, because you're taking it from a grain of salt. It's like you're reading a tweet of 280 characters and going, I know all about that guy. No, you don't. You watch the video for about 3 minutes and you think you can assume that you know the entire 23 hours and 57 minutes. You can't know that. And so that's really where I want to be able to just be vulnerable with you and let you know that it's okay to be flawed and hold yourself out there. No one expects you to be an expert unless you say you are. I don't say I'm an expert. I'm a practitioner. When it comes to other areas that I feel much more confident in, I'm definitely can consider myself a little bit more of an expert when it comes to leadership, principles, execution. Definitely more of an expert when it comes to public speaking. Definitely would consider myself an expert in the energy, being able to command a room, being able to engage people. That's really where I know where my strengths lies. I know where my weaknesses are. Constantly, probably 90% of the time, I'm running behind. I'm late. It's something that I definitely need to work on. I'm not really good at the tiny details. Paperwork just absolutely frustrates me. And so a lot of times for me, when it comes to my team, that's where I leverage the employee's skill set. So if I hire you, there's really good odds you're going to be organized, you're going to be really attention to detail, you're going to keep me on pace, you're going to keep my calendar full, you're going to make sure that I get to my different meetings on time. At the same time, I have a big vision of where I want to take things. Not only do I want to have a personal brand of Sherman the Crazy Asian, so I expect, I have expectations of me speaking globally about things I'm passionate about, leadership and moving your career forward and running your own business and being able to do it in a way that's not only beneficial for you, but most importantly, beneficial for employees and beneficial for clients and then beneficial for you. So you're like the third on the totem pole, and more like that, you're the fourth if you're building it for your family. And then I'm a big believer in having flexibility when it comes to family, when it comes to work, when it comes to faith. I want you to be able to, and physical. And so I want to be able to showcase all of that for you, that you can get all of it, that it's not one or the other, that it's not I can have a really good career or a really good family life. You can have the and in life. Don't live in the tyranny of or, but live at the power of the and combine your life. You can have a great relationship with your spouse. You have a great relationship with your family. You can have a great relationship at work with your coworkers. You can drive the income that you want. You can have the business that you want. You can be in great physical shape. You can give of your time, talents, and resources to those charities and organizations that you believe in. You can get all of that. You have to prioritize your actions and your tasks on a daily basis. The other thing that I want to be able to just kind of do it here, just give you kind of the context. It's February 28th, 2018. Where do I see everything going? So number one, speaking worldwide, obviously getting paid to do that, having multiple books that are inspiring others, helping people make impact in their lives to get their fullest potential out of themselves. It's ultimately you. That's who I want to be able to connect with. I want to help you get to where you want to go. And the other one is I want to be able to take my business and really turn it sideways on how it's always been done. So I'm looking at, in my industry, looking at not only organic growth, but then merger and acquisition, acquiring a bunch of practices, serving thousands upon thousands of clients. That is the goal, serving as many clients as possible, helping them get to where they want to go. And if I can help them get to where they want to go, I can help the employees get to where they want to go. And then ultimately by helping those two entities, then they'll help me get to where I want to go. And then at the same time, in all of that, being able to make sure that family is at the forefront and engaging with them, having the greatest relationship as possible. Of course, I'm flawed. Greatest relationship as possible with my wife. Greatest relationship as possible with my sons. Leaving a legacy for them that if I weren't to be here physically, that then they would at least have some digital content of me on my thoughts as it's happening about building the business, about various topics that come up. And so I want to make sure that they know exactly what's on my mind when it comes to a multitude of different topics that exist out there. Thus the part of the YouTube, the playlist that's entitled Who's Your Daddy? So that way they know Dad's thoughts. And so that's really where I see things. How big is that going to be? I don't know. I guess from the perspective that someone would say, well, you'd want to know that. Well, when it comes down to it, I want to be able to, when it comes to clients, I'm more focused on clients than I am anything else. Don't worry about the income. I know if I can help over 10,000 clients, I know I'm going to put myself in a really good position. And I'm finding that it doesn't really matter then where I'm actually living, because it's going to become more easier with Skype and FaceTimes and technology. Communication has been never better to be able to connect with people in a way that's meaningful for them. If I can be of any benefit for you guys, please let me know. Let me curate, let me DJ my content so that way it helps you exactly where you are, and it gives you specific tactics on how you can go and get to the right mindset and then execute, and then get to the right mindset again and keep executing and get to that right mindset and keep executing. Because that's what I find to be the most important thing. I think the average person, if you look at their mindset, that's their biggest obstacle, is they self-sabotage themselves based on their own limiting beliefs of who they are. And so they only get to that level where if you look at the people that have become what we'd consider successful in business or in their income or in their lifestyle, a lot of times, or even in their personal life, right? They have the most amazing family. They have the most amazing engagement with their family. They have the greatest relationship with their spouse or the greatest relationship with their children. If you look at their mindset, is that certain things were possible. They believed that was possible, and so they then put in the right tactics to get there. They knew where they wanted to go, and then they backed it up and said, okay, then what am I going to do today? If I want my children to be super open with me, having great communication, and they're 5 right now, what does that mean? What do I need to be doing right now when they're 5, so that way when they're 25, we have the greatest relationship? There's real open communication. And so I think for a lot of people, if they were to project out where they want to be, they then can know what their tactics are today. Sherm's out.